merely strange, we produce one that's really frightening. The first thing the monkey sees when he enters is this fear stimulus. Just touching the cloth mother, holding on to her, gives him the confidence to examine the very thing that previously terrified him so completely. But we still don't know how compelling is this need for the infant to reach the mother. So let's have a plexiglass barrier put beside the fear stimulus between the mother and another baby to make it as difficult as possible for the monkey. Notice how he is relaxing. Slides down, clutches the mother, puts his thumb in his mouth. He's comforted. Then he's relaxed. There can be no question now but that this monkey loves its mother, nor that love is crucial for the development of security. Security does more than make the monkey confident. It emboldens him. It is as if he knew that his mother would protect and safeguard him, that if necessary, she would give up her own life to save his. Little enough to ask from the inanimate mother.
It seems to me she's doing better than some live mothers. Dr. Harlow, you've shown us the strength of this love. Just how lasting is it?
Well, let's see for ourselves. In another room, we have some monkeys that are older than any we've seen up to now. They're more than a year old. These fellows all lived with a wire and cloth mother for the first 6 months of their lives. This one has been separated from his mother for 6 months. We're going to put him into a home cage to see whether he still remembers and loves her. You see, 6 months away from her have in no way weakened the tie between this infant and his mother. But we want to know more about the nature of this love, the changes it has undergone. We want to know if this monkey, that has been away from its mother for 6 months, gets any security from her presence. For this, we use the open field test room. First, we're going to run a baby without a mother. His reaction to the open field test is typical.
There's no question about it. He's really frightened.
Now we'll give him his cloth mother, but in front of her put a barrier and a fear stimulus. We want to see just how much he wants to go to his mother. Now remember, she's been away for 6 months. Monkeys that have been separated from their cloth mothers often show such exaggerated responses and such an intense need for security. Their love for the mother has not been weakened by this long separation, but instead seems to have been strengthened.
Dr. Harlow, what happens to an infant who has never known any mother? Wire, cloth, or real?
We're exploring that problem, too. This infant was removed from his mother right after birth and was deprived of all contact comfort for 8 months. He has just recently been given these 2 mothers. At first, these monkeys get no sense of security in this new situation. But after a few days, these totally deprived orphans seem to adapt to the home cage. They even show a preference for the cloth mother and spend as much as 9 or 10 hours a day on her. Does that mean that these orphans of ours who have had no affection at all can learn to love? We can test that out in the open field test situation. Let's see whether or not a deprived monkey gets any real sense of security from a cloth mother.
Now, why won't he go to her?
Because he has no real affection for her. That convulsive, rocking, jerking motion is called autistic behavior by psychiatrists and is also characteristic of human infants deprived of affection. We have run this test with both cloth and wire mothers in the room. Sometimes the monkey will go to the cloth mother, sometimes to the wire mother. And sometimes he'll just huddle in the corner of the room. But, unlike the other infants we've seen, they do not appear to run to the mother, so much as they appear to run away from the fierce stimulus. Mr. Collingwood, I can prove this in an apparatus which we call the flight box. We will place a monkey in front of this concealed fierce stimulus. He will have the choice of going to the cloth mother or running down the alley on the other side of the partition to a place where he can hide from this frightening object. We'll try this first with a monkey that is always known, cloth mother. Which route will he choose? The reassurance of a mother or flight? We expected that because his sense of well-being depends on his love for her. If the deprived monkey has any such love, we'll get the same result. That monkey only interested in escape. He cannot replace his fear with affection. These tests give us a new definition of deprived as it describes these infants. They are deprived of something which is extremely important, something which affects their entire personalities, something which we call love. From our experiments, we learn that there is a critical period in the development of the infants during which the affection for the mother is formed. For monkeys, this is between 30 and 90 days of age.
And with a human infant?
Between 3 months and a year. If the monkey or human infant has not learned to love by then, he may never learn to love at all.
So far, we've only been talking about a baby's love for its mother, Dr. Harlow. Are you exploring what happens when an infant reaches out beyond its mother?
Yes. We believe that our greatest contribution lies in the development of techniques that may be used in the measurement of many kinds of love. Let me show you some of our latest studies. We call this our colony cage. These young monkeys playing together are learning to socialize. They are making friends with each other, just as human children do. But how dependable is the affection of friends at that young age, and how does it develop? We have a test to measure this affection. Here we have the cloth mother in one corner of the room and the playmate in the other. In an ordinary situation, the infant first goes to the cloth mother for comfort, but he would rather play with his friend. Now, let's see what he does when he put in a fierce stimulus. In the face of fear, the love for the mother is stronger than the affection between friends. We know what happens when children look excessively to their mothers for affection. They have difficulty building other relationships with other children, with other adults. But we do grow up, and so do monkeys. We do form social relationships, and so do monkeys. How does this happen? What is the process? We believe that we are developing methods that will enable us to determine the basic motives and emotions underlying our everyday lives.
Thank you, Dr. Harlow. I suppose that we've all been in love, or want to be. We all know what it feels like, but we don't know what it is. Today we've seen how Dr. Harlow and his associates at the University of Wisconsin have learned something about love. They hope to learn more, because there can hardly be an emotion more important for man. And until man knows himself, he can know nothing. I'll be back in a moment. To illumine the dark corners of human knowledge is the goal of science. But not all those dark corners are in the icy reaches of interstellar space or among the vagrant particles of the atom. Some of them are in ourselves. Today we've seen how science brings its method and its logic to familiar yet mysterious questions about ourselves that have so far defied exact definition or analysis. It's fitting that in this day when science reaches out to probe the farthest stars, it has not lost contact with man himself. This is Charles Collingwood.